It's your kids, Marty! We have to do something about your kids! This is Mr. Fusion. It's coming up in the Propstore Entertainment Memorabilia Live Auction in Los Angeles, March 26th, 27th, and 28th. This particular piece is on day one. It's a March 26th piece. It's screen matched. It's Mr. Fusion. I think this is I think Back to the Future is filled with really great jokes. I think the joke about Mr. Fusion, the subtle sight gag of Mr. Fusion at the end of the first film, when Doc comes back from the future with the new I don't know, what do you call it, nuclear converter, right. I guess, and no longer needs to find plutonium for the car. He just recycles coffee grinds and earthworms apparently, and it creates cold fusion to power the DeLorean. It's fantastic.
We're standing here with Rob Klein, author of the Back to the Future.
Oh, yes. The Almanac.
Back to the Future Almanac, all about all the props in the movie, and both real and otherwise, correct?
Right.
Rob is the Back to the Future Almanac himself.
Yes, it's all in here, and I have to get it out quick because I'm getting older and forgetting things. This is the second. We covered a original prop, Mr. Fusion, in the Almanac, but that one was owned by Bob Gale.
Okay, so that's the one he's held on to.
His was made into a lamp by the special effects supervisor. Right?
Non-prop collector.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then signed by William Shatner across the
Making
chest.
lamps out of our props is not what we would call archival these days, but as it's Bob Gale, great screenwriter, producer.
You know what? He can do what he wants.
We'll let it slide.
It's Bob Gale.
Yes.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about this one in particular, Rob?
This one was made off of a Krups Coffina Supra. It was the coffee bean grinder.
It's literally a Mr. Coffee. Which
and they didn't just mold the coffee bean grinder. This is an actual.
This is the beans go in here.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, and then this comes here, and then
This is the timer,
your coffee.
and this I think just selects the anyway. So lots of options for other than.
What was it called?
A Krups Coffina Supra.
Coffina Supra.
Yeah.
That was on our wedding gift list. No one bought it for us. Yeah, no one bought it for us.
You guys like this?
But somebody did buy you a Mr. Fusion.
Yes, we got a Fusion, but we really just wanted a coffee grinder. Yeah.
Well, and not the first time that was seen. It was seen in a movie called Alien, which you guys might remember.
Never saw.
Oh, yeah.
But in that, is it a coffee machine at least?
It was.
Okay,
I think
so. There you go.
Or something futuristic coffee.
It was the Alien. So it not only was Mr. Fusion, it played the chest buster. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love this thing because it is so functional. I love that this lets you do this.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I guess this is where we put our trash, basically.
Yeah, and this is the metal clamp that was made for part 2.
Wow.
And
so the clamp isn't on 1.
Yeah,
when he first shows.
the part 1 clamp is known to exist.
Okay.
Yeah, there was apparently one Mr. Fusion for part 1, or Back to the Future.
Wow, I love this.
We don't say part 1.
So I love that.
Back to the Future, A New Hope.
Yeah. Yes.
Back to the Future, The Dial of Destiny.
Right.
Yeah. By the way, when I saw Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, and Doc plays Commander Krug, I believe is the character's name.
Star Trek 3.
Star Trek 3, Search for Spock. What did I say?
No, I just making sure I'm with you.
Yeah, Star Trek 3, Search for Spock. When he shows up like on the planet at some point and kind of goes, I came a long way. Like, I have never heard, and I was like there like on like the first Saturday it opened, and the audience just laughed hysterically. One guy yelled out like Doc, somebody else yelled out like Reverend Jim, Iggy. It was, I mean, it's such a recognizable voice, even in Klingon makeup.
Yeah.
So really, really cool.
Yeah.
Love just the graphics, the detail on it.
Mm-hmm.
And just love that these were made custom for the movie, which is just incredible. And then mounted, obviously, to the DeLorean.
Yeah. I mean, to me, this is a great one and done, because Back to the Future is a tricky...
This is my absolute favorite chew prop, I guess I would certainly say,
because it's a tricky film to collect from, because if you want something that's DeLorean related, it's hard, because a lot of the parts are not... don't stand on their own, whereas
surplus aircraft parts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no fun.
You're right. And then there's costume pieces, and there's all the Back to the Future 2 stuff, the hoverboards and things like that.
But much of the Back to the Future 1 costume stuff, of course, there's a lot of, I don't want to say off the rack, but it's just normal clothing.
Yes, that doesn't speak to the time travel. This is time machine. You don't need to have an entire DeLorean in your display room, as great as that would be. It's Mr. Fusion. It's a great sight gag. It's a joke. I mean, I think this is a one and done prop from Back to the Future, so you should get on it.